Hello, I'm Derek Monroe. Come along with me as I interview some of the industry's top beauty insiders, along with a few celebs, on this episode of Behind the Scenes Beauty. All right, you know what it is. I'm Derek Monroe, and you're watching another episode of Behind the Scenes Beauty. Today I have with me, he's an author. He's a master barber.
Man.
Of the units. We're not going to say man weaves, we're going to say the units.
Yeah.
He's an entrepreneur, barbershop owner. I mean, he is everything. He's a musician.
He's
a tap dancer.
You're going to push it.
He's everything. We have with us Wade Menedez.
Hey, man.
Thank you, Wade, for finally doing this show. I have been chasing you down.
God, man. We've been trying to get it together, but I'm here.
And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters, bro.
That's all that matters.
You know what I'm saying? We here today, bro.
So, okay, everybody normally, when everybody interviews Wade, everybody wants to talk about the units.
Now you are truly changing lives by getting folks to get into units, installing units, or you got into installing units.
Yeah.
What made you do that?
But I realized, and I knew when I was going to interview you, because I realized you're so much more than that. I mean, first of all, you're smart as all get out.
Man.
You've done something that a lot of people don't do, especially as barbers. Like, you actually sort of created that whole marketing yourself as a barber.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like expanded it. And people have now taken what you've done and now tried to expound on it as well. So kudos to you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's been a cool journey. It's been a blessing to kind of see, how God has kind of used me to kind of pave way for some other people as well. So I'm honored, man. I really feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose in life, you know what I mean? So it's like it's a rewarding feeling to be able to, you know what I'm saying, be in this position right now. So I'm just trying to do what I'm supposed to do, man. That's it.
You're doing it. So
thank you, brother.
Of course, we have to tell a little bit of the journey. Mm-hmm. I read the book today.
Okay.
First of all, I want to give you kudos on this.
Thank you, man.
As a person that is like a startup author, you never really done it, you're a barber, you were smart enough to not just have it in this form, but you also did audio.
Audio, yeah.
That right there was like dirty smart.
Yeah. No, man, because I had put the book out. I was going to already do the Audible because I know I like the Audible books. I'm on the go a lot, so I'm not always able to have like a physical book in my hand, but I can just listen to it while I'm driving to work or while I'm on the road doing something. So when I put the book out, people was like, "Yo, what the Audible at? Get the channel on Audible," and then I get it. So I actually did the Audible a little after I released the actual paperback, but it got done. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm grateful for it. I'm like, it feels cool. I'm like, dang, I got the whole Audible.
I'm telling you,
crazy.
Because
you know
to be someone that is not like, I mean, you're a celebrity, but to have thought that far ahead and be like, no, because it's what blessed me to be able to read it today. Because I'm not a reader.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I feel you.
And so I have people's books, and I get through the first, second chapter, and then I sit it down. And once I sit it down, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
But thankfully, you had this on Audible, so I went to the gym today. I laid across the bed, and one thing is, I took notes. I don't take notes.
Man, come on,
I got notes, people. I wrote stuff down. That was what I could write. This was when I was at home. Then I was on the treadmill at the gym, so then I had to switch it up to do like I was at the gym. So I took a lot of notes. So we're going to get into the book, but first I do want to know, and we just for our viewers, we want to know how you got started. I pretty much know it by heart right now, but you tell it.
Well, no, I mean, I kind of was a paper boy. I did retail. I painted apartments and did maintenance with my dad and all that stuff. But it wasn't until, I went to college for like a year and a half. And first of all, let's back up. I've been cutting my hair since I was 12. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just jacking myself up, doing a little stuff. And then after a while, I got good. You know what I mean? And so I always kind of had that love for hair and stuff. as a kid. But then I tried different things in my career, and I went, like I said, paperboy. I was retail, did all this stuff or whatever, but I didn't like any of it. I got fired from. I was working at J.C. Penney's, man.
I worked at J.C. Penney's.
Oh yeah,
my first salon straight out of cosmetology.
Oh, so at the salon. I was in there with the clothes.
No.
Yeah, I was bringing people up. Okay.
Okay.
So listen, it's funny.
Ching.
I got fired or whatever, and from there, man, it was just like, man, I got to find something that I really like. You know what I mean? I did school, but I, nothing against school. I think you should get your education in certain fields that you have to have an education in, but just having a trade. So I was like, I know how to cut a little bit, but I'm gonna go to barber school. You know what I mean? And so I went to barber school. I took my skills to the next level because I didn't really have the fading down, and there were certain things that I just didn't have down. So I learned those things in school.
So you were giving yourself bowls at first?
Yeah.
So you started out with a bowl.
But I was tight with the regular. Give me a regular season.
Okay.
The shape up was crazy. Don't sleep. My shape up was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
No, but so I did that. I did all of that. And then I started cutting a little more in barber school. So like she saw.
Wait a minute, I didn't realize that because I knew she was your first celebrity, but I didn't realize you were cutting her when you were in barber school.
She was pulling up to the barber school. Everybody like, oh my God, that's little.
Because she saw your friend Elliot's hair.
Elliot, yep, you already know.
Okay.
Yep. So she seen him out, and he told her, he was like, yeah, because they was coming to me in barber schools. Barber school is it's like a shop for real. You know what I mean? So, so we did that, and from there, things started just progressing. And like I said, man, I've been cutting since I was 12. And also, a lot of people didn't know this until recently too. So my dad could cut, my grandfather could cut, my uncle had a barbershop in his house, my great-grandfather, he had one of the first black barbershops in West Palm Beach, Florida. So, it's kind of in my blood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just carrying that legacy. And so it's barber school. And from there, things started growing from me being around Lil Mo. And I tell everybody, man, she really kind of got me, as far as my business sense, as far as now my parents are entrepreneurs, so there were certain things that I did learn from them or just watching them or whatever. But Mo, man, she had me with flyers after her concerts. I'm outside passing out flyers, you know what I'm saying? But I never saw that as no other barber doing that type of stuff. Thinking about marketing and branding yourself, you know what I mean? So I always pay homage to her and getting me started with that, you know what I mean? So I think things just always progress from there. I had a website, and then things just start flowing from there, bro. I was first opened my first barbershop in 2011. Okay,
so let's talk about that because I always wanted to say this like Oprah Winfrey. When I was reading the book, in your book, I didn't write down chapters.
Oh, okay, all right, that's all right.
In your book, you talk about how you went to go get the loan and you got denied.
Yes, sir.
So what happened? I think this is a testimony.
This is
gonna come from. This is gonna make us TVN. TVN. I got the Clark sisters get ready to sing in just a minute.
On tonight. No,
the Clark sisters is in the back. They're gonna sing in a minute.
So listen, now, man. So I went. I tried to apply for the loan. At the time, I didn't really have much to my name or whatever, and they was like, "Nah, we're not giving you no money." I needed $50,000 what I was trying to get, but I was like, "Man, like anything y'all can give me, like I take it." You know what I mean?
Did you have any Did you go in there strictly on faith, or you at least had some paperwork that you thought was gonna at least?
No, I kind of low key went on faith. You know, we grew up in this thing now. You know what I'm saying? We don't believe God.
Right.
We don't believe God, and this is gonna work out for me. And so, I went and tried to get the loan. They was like, "No, we're not gonna do that. we're not gonna do that for you. No, we're not." Hey, so it's funny though, but I got discouraged. But I went back. It taught me. It was like, "Nah, bro, you got to go back, stack your bread. Let's save your money, and let's make this happen." And you don't just try not to do with no loan. You know what I mean? I'd rather have my own money that I worked hard for. You appreciate it a little better, and it's like ain't no interest or nothing like that. We just do it like that. So I went back. I started saving money. And maybe about 6 months later, I had some clients that came and was like, "Hey, man, we tired of being," because at this time I was in a salon suite. So it's like a small room. It's just space for just me. So my clients was like, man, it's too cramped in this room. You gotta get out of here. So I did that for about 2 years, and they were like, man, we tired of it. So what it's gonna take for you to get a shot?
Right.
So they gave me $20,000. Like, I need $20,000. He was like, that's it? I was like, oh, dang, nah, make it 30. You know what I'm saying? Now they was like, no, you said 20, that's all you get.
That's all you did.
And so the agreement was, I come to New York. They also had a business here, so it's funny, they would send me a train ticket to come to New York every Monday. I cut their hair for free. That was the interest part of it. So they gave me the money, I cut their hair for free, and then I pay them in installments every month. So that lasted for a couple months, maybe I say 3-4 months, maybe if that. But I would give them checks, and they would never cash it.
Oh wow!
So I'm like, okay, y'all don't want y'all money? I'm like, all right, cool. So they never cashed it or whatever, and it's 2020 now to this day.
And then eventually they just stopped coming getting haircuts.
Yes, they stopped coming to get haircuts, and. Yeah, they're not even in touch with me no more, bro.
Listen.
Like, and then one time, like maybe a year after that, I asked them, I actually hit them. I was like, hey, everything's good? Like, y'all all right? Everything's well, all is well. So I'm like, all right, but I'm not about to bring this up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not gonna say nothing.
Exactly.
But I said all that to say, I feel like God sent them as angels and sent them to bless me. You know what I'm saying? And it's no other way to explain that.
Right.
How does that happen? Where does that happen at, bro?
You know what I'm saying? It's the walk out on faith.
My God.
Okay. I told you it was going to be TBE.
My God. I feel like he was a whole TV broadcast tonight. Hey, but that's what that increased my faith so much to the next level, though, for real. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in church, believing God, and I know this is not a gospel or Christian.
No, it is. It can be what it is.
Okay, all right,
so
cool. So you know what I'm saying? But it's in me, man. So at the end of the day, it can't do nothing but come out. But at the end of the day, man, that thing took my faith to the next level, just to believe God and to know God, to be a provider in another level. You know what I'm saying? And so that helped me, establish. And then I got the second location about 4 years later. And so from there, and then we just opened the third location in Atlanta about a month ago. Right. So man, it's been an awesome journey.
It definitely has. I've watched you grow, and to see how the man units really sort of put you on the map.
Yeah.
So let's go into that quickly, because I don't want to spend so much time on it.
I feel like good.
I feel like I really want to get into the book, so that's why I'm trying to speed through that. Because it's dope. Well, first of all, I want to talk about how you also have always said, because there have been some people that hated on you and said, yes, I've been doing this.
Yes.
And you have always from beginning said, I didn't start it.
I did not create this.
I reached out to people to learn it from them.
Yes.
And so now we have, again, noted documentation that you have said that.
Yes,
you have never.
Yes, sir.
What do you think made you different from everybody else, and why did you take off and they haven't?
Well, honestly, man, I mean, we go back to, when God blesses you with something, He blesses you to bless others and help others. There were some people before me that was trying to keep it to themselves. They didn't want to do classes. They wanted to kind of corner the market. Mm-hmm. When I learned it from multiple people. And then there was one little procedure that I kind of just came up with myself because nobody was able to show me anything. But I didn't create the whole man weave, as people know it, that whole thing.
Gotcha.
Like people in Hollywood been doing it for years. People have been doing this stuff. And now what I did was make it a little more popular, I would say, because of the exposure that I got. But honestly, man, I believe that God had that strategically happen for the people that tried to shut the door in my face or tried to corner the market. God did it to show them, listen, I got help. And then you could. This is the thing. You could even took the glory for saying I taught that guy. You know what I'm saying? But now you can't because you didn't want to teach. Gotcha. You don't want to show me. You know what I'm saying? But I pay homage to the people that did help me along the way. You know what I mean? But there was a lot of scrutiny and a lot of stuff. Even when HBO did a thing on me and. Black Enterprise in different
Vice,
places. Vice News and all that stuff. And there was some people that was kind of trying to throw some salt out there. But at the end of the day, man, like all I could do, like I said, I laughed at it a little bit because it was just like, it's like, wow, we going there. But at the end of the day, I have to stay focused and stay on my path and stay in my purpose because I know why God got me here. I know, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just blessed. It's the favor of God because I never thought that it would be like this. I never thought or seen myself, doing units and all that stuff. You know, this started off like there was, I was going to actually start doing hair, like, you know. So the young lady that I was seeing at the time, and I told her, I said, I think I'm gonna start doing hair. Because what happened was, I had a homie that was, he was a barber, and his wife taught him how to do weaves. Okay. And so he hit me, he was like, bro, the money that I'm making from these weaves, bro. Right. He was like, listen, bro. Right. You need to get into this. Right. And so I'm like, yeah, bro, because I mean, as a barber, you cap as you know how much you can really make in a day.
That is why I never picked up a pair of clippers in Barber because of that.
Don't sleep on our craft.
Y'all doing amazing things.
No, I get you.
But financially, I can do a relaxer. I can do this. I have 20 people under the dryer, and y'all have to sit there and maintain one. And it's that like standing. I don't see how you do it. I'm surprised you still got legs.
Listen, bro, I got back problems to today. Yes, that's real.
I'm surprised you still got legs, friend.
That's real talk, man.
Yeah.
And so, man, like I was gonna do the hair thing, and she was like, I can't take that. I'm just not. You're not doing hair. I don't trust it. I don't. First of all, she's like, it's gay. First of all, like she went there with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we got to do all that. And then she was like, I don't trust these girls. They gonna be trying to holler at you. And this and that. And I was like, bro, like she made me feel like nothing trying to, you know what I'm saying? And I started like even actively doing it. Right. But then that's when the units came about and it was like, okay, I can do this for men and women. And it just went, it was like, oh, okay. It's the whole thing. Okay, all right, cool. And I was like, well, this is the answer to my prayer. I knew that I needed to do something more than barbering, but I was like, okay, God, how do I get to that next pay cap? Like, how do I get there without, I'm still a barber.
Right. Without abandoning your whole base and everything that you know.
So, and that's how this all happened. Young lady named Brittany, she was at the shop, pulled out this hair out the bag, and I was like, this is amazing. I didn't even know they sold like Afro hair. What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this, bro?
What is
so like, bro, it was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So it went to the next level. And we was like, okay, well, we could do this. I was like, there's got to be a way we could do this for guys, and it stays in their hair or whatever. So we put our heads together, and I did a unit. I did like a little sewing situation on one of my clients. Now, up close, you see the thread on top.
Listen, trial and error.
Yeah. But I threw it on the ground, and it did amazing. You know what I'm saying? They was like, you know what I'm saying, from a distance. We shot that from a distance.
I hope he was tall.
Yeah,
because if he was short, everybody was in his business.
Actually, he wasn't that tall.
Okay. So everybody saw his threads. Okay.
No, but it worked out, though.
All right. So when you're getting all this attention, like, did it sort of happen overnight? Like, did all of a sudden your social media numbers just go ching, 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 ching? Or how was this transition?
So I think it was a gradual process. All right, so when from me cutting a few celebrities, I've always had some type of following as the celebrity barber, which I don't really like that term. I cut everybody, you know what I mean? But working with different shows and stuff like that. But then when the units came to play, and like World Star reposted me different major blogs and stuff like that, then I seen the numbers.
Because no one could believe it. I remember actually when I first saw it, I was actually working with Mary actually.
Oh wow!
And Erica was like, could you date a man that has this, right?
God,
and she's showing the picture, and I was like, oh, wow. Who did that? And at the time, I don't think I knew you like that. So it's interesting.
I think she reposted that. Maybe the picture she reposted on her page.
It was that day then. Because it was literally, she was like, look at this man. She was like, but could I date a man with a weave? And it had a masculinity to it, and it didn't look so... You know, it didn't have to have all the curls, and it didn't have to be super tall. It could be low and tapered, and so I think that's what made it.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, like making it look as natural as possible, making it look like a regular haircut. I think that's what really made it appealing and attractive to a lot of guys. You know what I mean? And it's been crazy to see how when it first started, people were like, "Oh no, I'm doing it. I just shaved my hair bald." Now there's still a market and a group that will say that now, but I've seen how it's grown, and more barbers and stylists are now doing it now and offering the service, and also some more clients. And a lot of people hit me like, "Man, is it really people that's getting that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I stay booked months out. Like people come travel from all over the world, literally, to come get this joint done." And it's like, no, there's a market for this.
How long is the wait list?
Well, it's now that it's more like a lot of my students and different people are like doing it now.
Does every barber in your salon, in your barbershop do it? Like, do you teach them
every barber except for maybe 2 have taken the class. Right now, it's about 10 of us now. But everybody has taken the class, and most are actively doing it. This is the thing. This is not for everybody. So everybody won't take it and make it their main thing. You know, they'll know how to do it if they need to do it, but it's not, you have to have a passion for this. It's not like this is deeper than a regular haircut. You got to like think like a stylist. You know what I mean? So every barber, unfortunately, won't take it and do nothing with it. But I'm here for those who want to. But just seeing how it has progressed over the years, man, it's amazing. Let's see. I think anything you put more in people's face, it becomes more acceptable and more. It becomes like now. Guys are making their appointments. Their girls are making appointments for them. Right. Of course, we had to, girls be like, "Oh, I'm not dating no man with no man weave," and whoop. You the main one with a weave in your head.
Right.
I don't like the double standard.
Right, true.
But I also see where they're coming from, because it's like y'all drilled us for so long, like you wouldn't date a girl with a weave, and now you wearing one. Right. So I get that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, there's a lot of people that suffer from PTSD or had cancer or some kind of traumatic things that happen in their lives. Due to, not having hair, bro, you feel your confidence, man. It's just a shot. And
especially if you're young and you lose your hair early. Bro, it make you look 99 because you ain't got no hair.
I've had parents as young as, for kids as young as 9, but the youngest I've done was 12 years old. Lost their hair, alopecia, man. Oh, wow. And so people, kids are getting stressed out early now too, and different things are happening. So it's like, I'm here to offer, that service to build their confidence, man. And kids are cruel, so you don't have no hair in school.
It's a wrap. Okay, so question. So now you're getting telephone calls and people are wanting to do stories on you and people want to feature you on television. What is going through your head? How are you handling this level of success now?
Well, I think that
the first phone call? What was the first television appearance?
Television
or
appearance,
major one, the one that really
the thing that really made it to the next level, took it to the next level, was that Vice News HBO thing.
Gotcha.
The way we do it is we cut it and style it to make it look like it's natural, like it's yours, like it's actually coming out of your scalp, but it's really not. And then from there was Rachel Ray.
Right.
A man, it's about a confidence level. You were saying that some of your clients, they feel more confident if they have hair.
So from there, man, I honestly, bro, I get nervous sometimes. I think anytime I'm on a camera, anytime I'm nervous because it's like you don't want to say the wrong thing. You want to make sure you represent your brand the right way and stuff like that. But honestly, man, I also feel very confident in the fact that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and God has me on TV and exposed me to a certain level for a reason. You know what I mean? And it's encouraging to hear different barbers and different stylists hit me, man. I get weekly messages from people, hey, I read your book, or I see what you're doing and you're inspiring me, you're paving the way for us that, you know, a lot of barbers before didn't have this exposure or being able to be on TV and stuff like that. Now, yes, some hairstylists and stuff like that. You guys, y'all get more, you know, exposure. You know, y'all can do great things.
We can do makeovers, yeah. And they'll have us on there.
And have y'all on
but television.
For a barber, man, that's not a common thing to see a regular barber from around the way.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Right. That is on TV or doing different things or whatever. So, man, I'm honestly honored. You know, sometimes it is a little nerve-wracking, but at the end of the day, I know that I'm here for a reason. And when you know your purpose and you know what your calling is, it gives you that confidence in another way. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's still unbelievable. The fact right now, bro, I'm still geeking the fact that my documentary with LinkedIn did a documentary with me, right?
I've seen it, yeah.
And it's on like Delta flights, bro. Like, it's like on all the Delta flights. You on Delta, I got people that hit me like, I seen your thing on Delta at my flight. And I just want to say, keep going, or you inspire me. Like, people that don't even cut hair or do anything like that. Like, somebody just hit me, was like, man, you just motivated me to start my own business. I make shoes, I do different things, but I'm not a barber, but just seeing you is inspired me and motivated me. Like, that stuff is like, wow, like, I'm a little dude from Annapolis, Maryland, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm more like, this is crazy.
It is crazy.
So, but it's a blessing, bro.
It makes me now go into, the title of the book is The Success Factor.
Man.
12 keys to help you win in life. Okay, like I said, I don't read a lot, but I felt like I was in church. I literally, but in a good way. There were moments. There was a moment I cried. Look, I feel like I'm acting I'm honest to God. Yeah. First of all, let me do this shameless plug. That if you are in the hair, makeup, styling, all of that field, it's a definite must.
That's what's
read,
up, man.
Because there was last time, like my last video, I did it with Morel Hollis, and there's this lady. Her name was Crystal Wright, and she did this book, and it was used. Everyone read that book.
I got that.
You got that book
too?
So it's like, do you need an agent and all that stuff? She was giving you the tools.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people that I know, black and white, was faithful to that book.
Yep.
This is the next level of this book. Like, you know, for real.
That's amazing, bro.
Because you know what I loved about this book? First of all, it's more, first of all, it's so much. Like I said, I took notes. So I wanted to make sure that I got everything in.
Man.
First of all, you say it's not a tell-all, but I felt like you told a lot.
You know, you gotta give the people something to read.
You were very transparent.
Oh yeah, for sure.
From your marriage to your parents, your relationship with your mother, with mistakes you had made in business.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a lot.
Yeah.
And so that was. I felt like I was in church. It was testimony service.
Hey man.
And I felt like I should have ended with. Those of y'all that know the word of prayer, pray much for me and for me and my family. No, man. Because I mean, it was really so many things. What I loved also was you talk about the keys of success, but a lot of it was self-work. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even about like, put your money in this stock, or make sure you get this social media coordinator to do this, blah, blah, blah. All the key stuff was self-work stuff.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, you got to work on yourself in order to be successful. You know what
do.
I'm saying? Because there are a lot of people.
Pull out my phone and get my notes together.
No, man, come on now. No, but it's like people think that there's this. First of all, this generation, I feel like we want things overnight. We don't want to work hard at anything.
True.
And because of social media, because of what we see, we just think that even people that we see as successful, we don't understand that they worked and they were in the trenches years before they got to this point. Like, I didn't just come out of nowhere and it's like, I'm, on TV. No, I've been, like I said, cutting hair since I was 12. I've been doing professionally since 2004. You know what I'm saying? So this just didn't happen overnight. No, there's been some time, and I had to work through some processes and build my character and build my integrity and build like me being a man of my word. All those things come into being ready for what we call success or become the limelight or whatever, because there's a lot of people that have skill, they have talent, but they don't have the integrity to keep them and the character to keep them in those places. So if your character is not in place, then it's like you'll be here and gone tomorrow.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying?
And I've worked with those people.
Exactly. We see that all the time.
I work with those people. I was getting ready to tell the story, but this person is still working. So
Yeah, don't do that.
Pull it on in.
Don't do that, bro.
Also, what I loved about it is what you characterize this as success. Because a lot of people equate money. A lot of people equate fame with success. But yours was, I don't want to give too much of the book because people really need to buy this book.
So good.
People literally need to, and it's a book that you can just read over and over. It's like a checklist. So one of the things that I loved in the book was you said we won't be distracted by comparison if we're captivated by purpose. That was good because social media causes us to always be looking at somebody else and what they're doing. And so you're sitting there thinking to yourself, oh my God, I need to be doing more and this. And even in the book you say, well, look,
No, but that's what
I should just do the interview as Wade.
Listen, you know what he said. Tell it now. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's true. That's very true, man. We look at social media, we look at people and we're like, oh, I want to do that. And we got a lot of clones out here, you know what I mean? So, and it's like, no, what is your purpose? Understanding your purpose. And I think, first of all, you can't get to any level unless you understand what your purpose in life is. We all are, your purpose is also tied to your gifting as well. You know what I'm saying? So we are all, I feel like we are all here to help others to whatever gifting you have to be able to do that, that's what you need to be doing. So whether it's that making lemonade, whether it's that the gift of service, helping somebody, or whether that's making clothes, whether that's doing hair, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We're here to help, other people. And so like understanding what your lane is, staying in your lane,
right.
owning that joint, and going to the next level. And I think, like I said, when you have your character and your integrity in place and getting your emotions in check, the emotions is a
which
chapter
is in the book,
because a lot of us are guided too much by emotions. And the Bible even talks about, my God.
Yes. Go ahead.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And so but listen, when you have too many minds and you have too many things going on, and like it's no foundation. You just kind of tossed by the way. You just all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And so when you have those things in check, you can now have a better hold on your life and understand, okay, how to maneuver and you're not just shifted by everything. You know what I'm saying?
Because in the book, what I walked away with was also when you talk about a heart check. And where is your heart? What is your intention? Why are you doing these things? It can't be about the money.
Yes.
Because I have so many friends that are like, I have this one particular friend that is always like, oh, I'm gonna make up this, always looking for the thing that's gonna make her rich. And I'm like, sweetheart, that's not how this works. No. You gotta love it. And because there are going to be some down days that when it's not working out, that you still got to love it regardless.
That's true.
And it goes back to that saying that people say that what would you do even if you didn't get paid for it? Would you still be doing it?
And that's what's finding your gifting and finding your purpose. It's like, what is it that you're passionate about? You know what I mean? And a lot of people, people ask me all the time, hey, bro, I just want to become a barber because I want to make money like you make. I'm like, no, that's not going to work for you.
Listen, I know people that have said they want to be a barber, they want to be a groomer because they want to be around celebrities. They want that celebrity life. I knew one person that was like, oh, yeah. I was like, but do you cut? Like, have you been cutting on yourself? No. But but they've been around people and they've seen that lifestyle that they have. So they want to do it because they think, and it's like, oh, I'm thinking about being a celebrity groom. I'm like, no. You better start on Ray on the corner first.
I even with that, man, I tell my barbers all the time, and even barbers that I mentor and stuff like that. First of all, everybody want to cut and do a celebrity. it's nice to work with celebrities, but it's not all it's cracked up to be.
At all.
And you're not making, unless, now what you do.
Now, wait a minute.
You can charge a little more. You can charge
Wait
a little
a minute
more.
now. Don't get in my pocket.
Per head. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get in my
But
pocket.
the average barber, you may make $500 for a head. Okay. And that's on that. That's at the top. That's
right.
At the top. And then so now with these celebrities, and I love working with celebrities, but at the same time, you miss all the money that you can make at the shop. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of sitting around and wait. You have to cancel all your clients at the shop to be around this one person. You know what I'm saying? That's times where you can do it, just manage your schedule, but don't be like that. All I want to do is work with celebrities.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like.
Because it's not what
it's not all it's cracked to be.
And you really got to know who you are.
Exactly.
Because, and I say this all the time, because you'll get in that life, and I've seen, especially in that male lane, like it's a whole different, because I work with females, so that's a little different. And God already know me. God has always given me the 40, 30 and up. I thank the Lord I didn't never really get into them young girls. I was with one time, and I said, oh, this is why the Lord don't give me that. Because he know your heart. He know where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, you know what you can handle, what you can.
Yeah, she was ready to smoke weed and everything. I said, oh, baby girl, I got to go. This is not for me.
That's so dope.
But you're right. It's not what it's cracked up to be. And I think a lot of people, I mean, it's just more of a testimony of like how people see things one way, and it's definitely none of that.
Yeah. I mean, like, well, that goes to Instagram and the glitz and glamour of everything, but you don't know what the downtime and what it takes to get to that point.
Right.
And it's a lot of people flossing on social media, and they ain't making what they saying. They're not doing nothing near what they're trying to portray
what the picture look like.
Exactly.
You assume people assume because I work in television that I make a lot of money. Let me tell this to the camera. Television don't pay.
Oh man, no, but that's another reason. That's why everybody's like, oh, you need to move to LA. You need to move to LA, work on sets and stuff like that. I'm like, nah, I'll make more money actually at the shop.
Yeah. Now wait a minute. I will say if you get in a movie, but it's blood money. It's because you'll never go home.
Exactly.
It's 15 hours
all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally all day. You know what I'm saying? But
then have to go home just to get up and come
back and the next day. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to balance it out, but don't let that be all that you want to do. It's your average everyday person. Sometimes will look out for you more. At the same time. So my thing is, like, I just try to tell people, give them the real, like, don't let it be all about celebrities this and the glitz and glamour. No. Grind, build your brand, build systems, and a lot of barbers, we don't really take the business to the next level. We just think behind the chair.
Yeah.
But like that's why I do the online classes. That's why I have different things. I sell products.
Gotcha.
We're not like just.
You're not relying on one source.
Just one source,
which is also in the book.
It is in the book. It's in the book. My God, it's in the book.
I wanted to say this to you, coming from one church boy to the other, that a lot of people are going to be jealous of you, and try to figure out, like, they can read this book, but still they won't necessarily get your life. They'll get what God has for them. But one of the reasons why you're so successful is because everything you have, you've given it back to God.
Yeah.
Throughout this whole book, everything was, how can I help people? How can I help people? In every chapter, it was, how can I help people? How can I? The Bible says, see, I'm getting ready to try to quote it, but out of the heart speaks.
Abundance of the heart, the mouth
that's
speaks.
what it is.
Yes.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
The mouth speaks.
And so I pay attention. Listen, I listen to what people say, and people will tell on themselves. If you just sit back and you don't always have to talk. If you just sit there and listen to what they say, how they say it, and key words and phrases.
Yeah.
If it's a whole lot of I, a whole lot of can you, will you help me? When it's all of that. But what throughout this book, it always came back to how I can help people, how you do hair because you want to make people feel good, how you can give back to the community, how you do, and even so, you have the Wade Menedez Foundation. So tell us about that.
So what we do is help homeless people. So I do like makeovers. I just have fun doing that type of stuff, man. Like, you come in one way and you leave them out like totally changing. I believe if you look good, you feel better. And we also try to give them resources to, like mental health resources and different things like that. Also, so I've taken that different states and did that whole give back. We also do back to school events for students and kids that are in low income areas, giving them school supplies and resources and stuff like that. We also do what I'm working on now is doing scholarships for people that are trying to go to Barber and college school, because it is expensive.
It is very expensive.
And if you're trying to work, and then some places don't have financial aid, and it's like, just trying to help. And a lot of barbers and stylists don't have license, so a lot of them don't go to they don't go to school, and then they don't get the license. And then sometimes you even do an apprenticeship, and the person may not be turning in your hours. I've dealt with that so many times, man. So yeah, I just want to provide resources for people to be better citizens in America.
Okay, so you're very active in your church. One thing about if you follow Wade on social media, now Wade can be over in Zimbabwe, Africa, but he'll find
I'm finding the church, bro.
He gonna find the church.
I'm finding something. I don't care if I understand nothing y'all saying in there. I can feel the presence of God.
He gonna ask one of the people, where is your nearest church? We went on a trip one time, and he was like, I'm going to church. I was like, and I'm one of the people, I'll miss a Sunday.
Bro.
Where had me feeling like, well, listen, if you gonna go, I'm gonna go.
I don't care, work trip, nothing. I'm gonna find a church. I don't care if it's vacation. Now sometimes if I'm on set or whatever, like, what I'm saying, like a lot of times when we do Essence or something like that, be there on a Sunday.
Yeah. And then they have a little service.
And they got a little service there. You get your little, you get your little something feel or whatever. But sometimes I need a real,
Right.
Right. But yeah, man.
Okay, but I was getting ready to ask you, how do you balance? Because if I look at your life, it look like this. I'm like, my head is spinning. I don't understand how you have time. Like the units to me alone. So then you get the television calls, then you get the interviews, then you're teaching the classes. You're here in New York now to teach a class for tomorrow. Yeah. This is like, by the time people see this is Sunday night. We're filming this because this is the only time I could get Wade. And so he came straight off the road from being at church today, straight here, and came straight here. I thank you for that. So how do you find balance?
Bro, honestly,
which you talk about in your book.
So no.
You do talk about it in your book.
I do. So there are seasons where you have to grind,
right,
and you don't have as much balance. But then there's seasons where you have to balance it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, like, for me right now, I'm in the season of grinding. I ain't gonna lie.
Gotcha.
So there's not a lot of balance. I try to find my balance where I'll take some time and just kind of do things that I like to do, or just be at peace and don't talk to anybody. Just sit and just kind of just chill and just think. Maybe go get a massage or whatever, or just just try to rest as much as I can. Sometimes I don't have to. I'm not the type that I can just sleep all day or just lay up in the bed all day. You know what I'm saying? So give me good 6 to 8 hours and I'm all right.
Gotcha.
I'm okay. And but what happens for me right now? A lot of people be like, okay, well, you just go too much. But the driving force for me is knowing that I'm really making an impact.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like sometimes you can't sleep. You can't I can't just be regular or just sit at home and do anything and do nothing. You know what I mean? Because I know it's too many people and too many lives, and I'm on assignment, man. I feel like God has me on assignment where it's not about just preaching to people, talking about God, but just being an example and being a difference than what they normally see. Just being able to offer my services. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of people, man. I got literally people be crying in the chair. You know what I mean? Because
they can't believe it.
Yeah, they can't believe it, or they be like, man, like, I don't know what I would do if something happened to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. And so
I can imagine.
Yeah, man. And so it's like, I can't, I don't know. That type of thing pushes me. Even when I have other people, barbers and stylists, just sending me messages and encouraging me. Literally, just this weekend, I had 3 people hit me and was like, listen, keep doing what you're doing, because you're motivated, you're inspiring me, you're pushing me to the next level. So it's like, how can I just be regular with that? Like, how can you just sit at home and just be like, all right, I'm going to just be here. You know what I'm saying? So I rest when, as my body, like, you know, I slept halfway up here. You have the time to get up here, you know.
Right.
But there's times you just find it. You just got to find it. And then there's some days I just take off and then I just chill out and just spend time with my family, spend time with my friends, and be around people that I like to be around. So it's just it's not a 1, 2, 3 step type of thing. You just got to find it when you can find it. You know what I mean? And learn how to say no sometimes too. You know,
very valuable.
So you got to pick and choose where your time needs to be and where it doesn't. You know.
So one of the things that I loved in the book, one of the things that I loved in the book was success has side effects.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that? Man. I know what you mean, but what did you mean?
So, I mean, well, with success, there's different things that come with it. You know what I'm saying? There's pros and there's cons. So, you know, when you're successful, you're gonna have people that hate on you. They're gonna people that try to take from you and use you. Then there's things that go along with it as well that a lot of people people don't see. It's like, even as far as when you're successful, people don't see that sometimes it is lonely. You know, you can't have everybody in your circle. Yeah. Like, you know, they see that, okay, you know all these people, but no, I don't call everybody my friend. I don't have everybody in my immediate circle, and you can't trust everybody. Exactly. Because people they'll use you, like I said, like, and you got to watch people because they got hidden agendas, they got ulterior motives because they want to be to where you are, or they want to, aspire. And people, it's like a lot of people are out for themselves. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's sad in this day we live in, but at the end of the day, you have to have discernment to really see people for what they are, who they are, and to just see where they're coming from or whatever. So there's pros and cons. Okay, yeah, you see the glitz and glamour, you see all that comes with the great things, but you don't see the stuff, the little sneaky stuff in the background, behind the scene. You know what I'm saying? So and then it can affect you in a negative way, and that's why a lot of people, even as people going through so many different things, like, like I said, we're dealing with emotional stuff, we're dealing with character stuff, and people, they using drugs and alcohol to numb the pain, to numb stuff. You know what I mean?
And get away.
And it's not helping. It's not helping.
Okay, so this is probably my last question, but I wanted to just talk about in the book when you talk about staying humble and humility, and one of the things you said was, don't believe your own press. Yeah. What everybody else is saying about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that same part, you also talk about how it's okay to be great.
Yeah.
So you have the two things that are fighting, sort of, some people would believe are fighting. How do you accept your greatness at the same time stay humble?
Yeah. It's about being confident. You got to be confident in who you are. When you know your worth, you know your value, man. There's a certain level of confidence that comes with that. But also being able to stay humble and not, like I said, leaving your own hype. People they will hype you up.
Yes,
you know
they will.
And there's too many people that are too arrogant, you too untouchable. Like, oh, you greater than everybody. No, at the end of the day, you can be up today and down tomorrow. So you have to stay low, stay humble, just stay humble, man. Like, if people want to talk to you, make time to talk to some people sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And some people will drain you.
Right.
So, you know
yes,
what I'm saying?
They do. So you got to know when to move, bob, and weave.
Well, yeah, but I don't believe, like, people will gas me up, but it's like, it's just words at the end of the day. Because I understand, too, people will also gas you while you hot, but then when things die down, they don't remember you.
They don't.
So why would you even get caught up in that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And when you understand your purpose and understand your assignment, like, God will always make your name great when you try to keep Him first and you fulfilling and walking your path. At the end of the day, your name will always be great, but it's bigger than me. Yeah, it's not about me. He don't have me here for me. It's not for me to get the glory. It's really for Him to get the glory.
Why He put you there. Exactly. I always have said that. Like when I first started getting around celebrities and stuff, I always knew, or whatever position God was placing me in, I always would say, I knew that why God had me there. Like it never was about, to make me fancy or all of this stuff. It was all about God had me there for a purpose. If nothing else, to just know how to pray for people or make you pray for people that you normally don't even think to pray for. Because sometimes celebrities, you separate yourself because they don't feel like real people until you come into their life, and then you realize, oh, they got this person over here that's doing this to them and this and them, and they sitting there trying to hang on by the
they're normal people just like anybody
people.
else. They're just more glorified in the limelight and maybe have more money than some people. But at the end of the day, we all do the same thing. At the end of the day, it's crazy that you say that too, because as far as even praying for somebody, man, literally this week, a couple of days ago, I had a client that she wasn't feeling well, and she was telling me about her husband and different things like that. But I just felt strongly for God. God was like, "Hey, pray for her right now. Don't wait. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna pray for you later. You know how we do.
Because that's what I was doing.
I'm gonna pray for. I'm gonna keep you in my prayer.
Right.
No, I stopped right then and there and prayed for her, and I just felt the power of God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I believe in God that she gonna give me a better report the next time she's in. You know what I mean? But that's what it's all about. Like, we're not here on some just like, I'm just doing hair. No, I know what God got me here for, bro. Exactly. So it's kind of like, I can't take the glory for that. And in the moment that I start getting big headed, that's when He gonna snatch it right on front of my rug. You know what I'm saying? Like, He give you some grace and stuff like that. He give you warnings like, all right, pull it in. But it's not about me, man.
My favorite sermon from T.D. Jakes is he teaches this sermon talk about keep on walking. He was like, when they talking great about you, keep on walking. So that when they start talking bad about you, you keep on walking.
Keep walking.
Your whole focus has got to be just keep walking.
Yeah.
Wade, this has been amazing. I thank you so much. I'm so glad we finally got to do this.
We finally did it, bro.
We finally did it. I'm telling you, these have been getting even better and better and better. I had like butterflies in my stomach excited about this. And I know you, and I mean, it won't even like it was going to be like my first time meeting him. But I look forward to people's lives being changed just from a conversation, because it happens that way. And you never know who you're going to touch. You never know how this goes out into the airways or who's going to see it. So I thank you for doing that. Thank you for being so transparent. Please get the book. I don't care. It's just keys to success and the success factor in life in general. It has nothing to do with barbering and hair. It's life in general.
A lot of people are like, oh, what you telling your story and how to be a barber? I'm like, nah.
Nope.
I think that anybody can take something from this book. And it's deeper than money. It's really dealing with real issues and real things that help you in life, period. You know what I mean?
And so when you see the spike in your sales, we'll send you the
invoice.
I'm
going to send you a little time off. a little time
I will send you the invoice.
No, man. That's
Be prepared.
Oh, my God.
We just did a commercial for you. All right. Thank you so much. Where can they find you? Where can they follow you?
On all social media outlets, Wade the Barber, WadeTheBarber.com. And that's it.
And then they can go to your new spot in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, in Midtown. It's
come on.
Right off of Marietta Street, right in Midtown, man. Nah, I've been blessed with that space, man. It's a dope spot. So.
And your other two barbershops are.
The other spots are in Hyattsville and Glen Burnie in Maryland, right? Like Baltimore and DC in the DMV area. So.
All right, there you have it. So
you have it.
Look him up, buy the book, check him out. Thank you so much.
For sure.